Alrighty, welcome in NRL Picks and Preview, and we are 1 week away from our grand final show. Finals week 3 is upon us, and to help me break it all down and review last week as well, Jordan Hughes alongside the great man.
Bula! It's me, King!
Hey, boss.
Geordie, how are you?
Firstly, back from Fiji.
Fresh from Fiji. Bula!
Bulvanaka. Did you get it right over there? You didn't butcher
All the
it?
Fafafinis are looking at me. Bula!
Did you have a good time?
Bro, legendary time. I went there, great time, holiday mode,
Yep.
come back, charge.
Locked in.
Tanned?
Yeah, I was going to
and
say,
charged.
looking bronzed.
Thank you, my guy. How's your week while I was away?
Mate, it wasn't as good as
Terrible.
yours. I missed you, every day.
As expected.
But we'll talk about a bit of footy as well. So,
Oh, okay.
Firstly,
Not Perso?
pardon?
We're here for not Perso? Here for footy.
Well, a bit of both.
Okay.
You know how it
Here
goes.
we go.
All right, weekend review. The Cronulla Sharks, too good for the North Queensland Cowboys, 26-18. It was 24-0 at halftime. The Cowboys came back a little bit, but the Sharkies too good. What do we make of it?
Well, look, for head-to-head on the finals, I think me and you are killing it, 6 from 6.
Sharp, mate.
With the games that were just played over the weekend, I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. They come out how we expected,
Yep.
minus a few try scorers. But Trindle was phenomenal for Sharks. 2 tries. You got on that. Oh, you got on that.
Cash.
2 tries. Geordie called it. You're sharp.
Yeah, it was good.
Mulatalo got over
Yeah.
that left side, of course.
And the Katoa disallowed, that hurt us. We had that.
Had Katoa.
But we got the Shark on the 12. We got Muatalo, the cash as well. Trindle bag a double, so it was a good day.
And Holmes against his old club.
Facts, yes, he's
Called
good
that.
as well.
was clean.
Good chat. The second game was the Roosters, 40 points to 16 over Manly. They just dismantled in every aspect of the game. James Tedesco, 2 tries, carved up.
James Tedesco was lightning. That was my
Yeah.
player of the week. That's who was
That's good, wasn't
impressive. He was just ready to go, and he was everywhere.
Yeah.
On the other end, Manly, like we thought, Turbo was injured.
They were bruised.
They had 2 injuries within the first 10 seconds.
wild, eh?
That was crazy.
Yeah.
So they couldn't do much. Ola Kawatu, what a monster in a
He is a
losing
beast.
side.
Yeah, he is.
I love that guy.
He is
anyway.
their shining light. On the Roosters front, though, we told the Roosters would win. The Roosters minus that 2.5. Tedesco scored, Tupou scored. So it was a bit of profit there for the show.
Tedesco, Tupou on that right to left shape.
Yeah, you picked it.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful, mate. Let's hope we can keep it going because the action does continue. A grand final qualifiers this weekend. It starts on Friday night. The Storm, $1.28. The Roosters, $3.80. The line is 10.5. This is going to be one almighty battle.
10.5. When this is semi-finals footy, whoever makes it makes the grand final.
Yes, sir.
And you guys will be performing in front of me, the king.
Yeah, you'll be there.
I'll be there. You guys will.
Thanks for bringing that up again. Great.
That's it. You guys will be playing for me that day.
Yep.
When I'm looking at these games, I'm looking at who are the key indicators, how are the teams tracking, and what kind of environment are they in. So Storm versus Roosters. What do you got for me?
Well, first, before we get into it, they've met the last 2 meetings. The Storm have won both, 24-8 and then 18-12. So they have been sort of in that 10 to 15 point window when they play each other. The Storm, though, they've scored 30 plus points in their last 4 games and they've won 10 of 11 versus the Roosters. So they have the dominant form so far.
Stats are looking good for us. What I'm looking at is how Storm have been performing each week in and out. They've just been dialed in. For me, they were the sharpest team of the year. They did end up first place. And just across the park, they're just so well tuned and they've been so consistent with the same players. So that's a big up for them. And they got to rest last week.
Yep.
So for me, the key indicators are Harry Grant, Jerome Hughes, Cam Munster, and Pappy out the back.
Yeah, well, you mentioned, so let's talk about those key matchups. Ryan Papp, Tedesco, Tupou Coates, Munster Keary, Asafa Solomona and Weir Hargraves. Battles everywhere.
Yeah, so that forward pack is
Yeah.
monster. So Nelson versus Jared. Who's going to get sent off first is the
Yeah,
question.
facts.
They've got Radley as well. He's
Yep, true.
well known for getting himself sent off.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a big battle across the park. So a couple of stats for you. 8 of 9 between these two have gone under the total points. The Storm have covered their last 5. Xavier Coates has scored his last 4 tries versus Sydney. Tupou and Teddy have both scored in the last 5 of 6 games. And Harry Grant has scored a try in his last 3 as well.
Ooh, looking good for me then. A big try scorer for me is Warbrick. He's been doing it each week. Just with the way Storm have their shape and they've been dominating teams, it gets to that right edge with Hughes and Pappy. Warbrick's always over. And he's also safe off a crossfield kick.
He's great in the air. Great in the air. So I guess I feel like we're both sort of leaning towards the Storm here. Is that what you're
I've only talked about the Storm, it seems.
Yeah.
But look, if I look at the Roosters, they've been on the higher end of the ladder. They've just been playing in patches. That's the only thing for me is they're there and then they're not there. Like last week, they were so keen to play. but they still have lapses. So I think a weakness is Keary and Smith. I think the Storm should be running Katoa and Sean Bloor at them all day.
Yeah.
So that's what I think about the Roosters. But there's a big danger man. Joey Manu. He is a danger man for the Roosters.
And this could be his last game ever for the Roosters. Remember, and Suoliti, so there's a bit of that as well.
Wow. So you know what? If there's going to be an upset this weekend for me, I think it'll be the Roosters 1-12 and Joey Manu to score. That's if there is an upset.
Right. I personally think the Storm will be too good here. I do think the Roosters will push them, will compete. I am tempted to go plus that 10.5 for the Chooks, but the Roosters, the Storm in Melbourne too, that's tough. So I'll go Storm to win. I'll go Storm. I'll go take minus at 10.5, and I'll go Xavier Coates to score, and I'll go Harry Grant for a try, and I will take I'll take the under.
Beauty. What's the total match?
I think it's 45.5.
45. Oh, that's solid.
Yeah.
It is a semi-final, so
So
look for that. Look, I'm going to support you there. I think Storm are too good. I think Storm are going to win head-to-head. They're too dialed in. They're too clinical. It's a very big game, but very scary because, one send-off can cost you your whole team.
Facts, yeah.
So I'm looking at Storm to win head-to-head. If I was going to pick, I'd pick Storm 1-12 and Warbrick to score.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a sprinkle, I'd be sprinkling something on you. No, I'd be sprinkling something on Harry Grant as well, just with support play or from hooker.
Well, from the base of the ruck, man. He has a snipe.
He's done it last. I think he got 3 tries in his last game or something like that. So Harry Grant is definitely someone you want to sprinkle on.
Yep, I like him for a try for sure. But yeah, so the Storm too good for us, and I actually put a bit of a future on today. I like the Storm to win it all from here.
You said that, and I said that a few weeks ago as well. I said about 8 weeks ago, I thought Storm would do it.
Yeah, so anyway, time will tell. Next up on Saturday night, the Penrith Panthers, the defending premiers, $1.28. The Sharks, $4. The line is 11.5. The Panthers are firing at the moment. Before we get into your breakdown, this is an interesting stat. So these last two meetings, you sweet? You're fired off, You're good.
Just mucking around.
You're in a good mood.
Hola!
The last two meetings between these two sides, the Panthers won 42-0. And the time before that, 28-0. So Sharks haven't scored a point in the last two against the Panthers.
Well, right there's a bet for you. Is Penrith to win 2-0.
Yeah.
Because I was struggling to find tries for Sharks as well.
Yeah, I am. So, sorry, before we get into it,
that was amazing.
So Panthers have won their last 10 finals games. Panthers' last 8 at a core stadium have gone over the total points. Sharks have failed to cover the last 10 versus reigning premiers. And the Panthers have won their last 5 of 7 versus the Sharks by 13 plus.
Beautiful.
So
those stats are all in for a 13 plus.
Yeah.
Or something to 0.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So what I like with the Penrith, you know what? I thought all year they weren't that consistent. They were in and out. I wasn't really favoritism them this year.
Yep.
But that was only because Cleary was injured, not injured. He come back for the finals and his team just transformed.
Different beast,
They just turned straight back into the team where they just didn't lose.
Yeah.
So Cleary is their main indicator for the Penrith. If Cleary's playing, they're winning. I just think they're just clinical everywhere. You've got Isaiah Yeo at the front, at lock. You got Moses Leota, James Fisher-Harris. That's such a big, strong pack, and they've won grand finals like 3 times in a row. Off them, you've got Cleary and Luai and Dylan Edwards out the back. And then on the edges, you've got To'o and Turanuva. Yeah. It almost seems impeccable to beat that lineup.
It does. Impossible to beat them at this point.
And at home.
And at home. Oh, it's at a core.
Oh, is it a call?
A stadium. But they won grand finals there, so they love playing there. To'o scored the first try in his last 3 or 4 finals games.
You've called it.
I called that. Sione Katoa scored in his last 4 games at a core stadium. But for me here, Riggs, I reckon Panthers big. Panthers to just dismantle them. Panthers minus 11.5. Panthers to win. Take the over. To'o to score 13 plus.
Beautiful. You've pretty much nailed it. If we were looking at Sharks, last week they turned up, they were dialed in.
Yep.
It was good to see them get a 24-0 lead. They were patchy in places. Their key indicators for me are their back 5 is returning the ball and getting Kennedy into space. And they can actually get a few trick shots there with Katoa to score out the right. If I was to sprinkle something, it'd be Katoa out the right and Mulatalo out the left edge. That's a very rare sprinkle. But yeah, I'm just dialing in with you as well as Penrith and Brian To'o.
Panthers off the week off too. They'll be fresh. They'll be fired up.
Definitely.
And this is the 3rd week in a row the Sharks have had to go again. I reckon the Panthers will be too good. And in those stats too, the last 2 meetings, Jerome Luai scored a try in both of those meetings, and so he's worth a bit of a sprinkle for a try.
Yeah. Well, there's danger everywhere for the Penrith Panthers. They're all dialed in. They all play with intent, and they all have a job to do, and they all do their job.
Yeah. Where do you see on that 11.5 line? Would you take the Panthers with that?
After your stats, yes.
Yeah.
I'll take the stats.
Yeah.
Who I'd look for to sprinkle some tries on?
Yeah, hit me.
Shape for To'o. To'o scores for me.
Yep.
I'm looking at Dylan Edwards to score off a bit of push, just a bit of push play back through the middle or something. And look for Garner. I'd sprinkle something on Luke Garner at the left edge with Cleary's crossfield grubber. Whoever plays that back rower always scores, whether it's Sorensen, Garner, or whoever.
Yep.
So Garner got a double last final, I think.
I reckon it's worth doing a bit of a multi and put all these big dogs that you expect to score tries in there and give it, your To'os, your Katoas,
Yeah.
your Turanuvas.
Even Luai.
Yeah, so definitely a bit of value there. And I expect plenty of points, and I reckon the Panthers will be far too good in this clash.
Yeah. So on that, let me talk to you.
Hit me.
So head to head, we're looking at Storm to beat the Roosters
Correct.
and Penrith to beat the Sharks. And if I had 8.5k, that's what I put it on.
If you had that.
If.
Yeah.
Might only have 6.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll check the bank.
Load up, baby.
Vinaka!
So the boys have made their picks. We like a Panthers Storm Grand Final for 2024. Let's see how it pans out. Before we get into anything else, it is NRLW Finals Week 1. Riggs, we have our Final 4. The first up game, the Broncos and the Sharks. $1.40 the Bronx, $3 the Sharks. 8 is our line. Broncos have turned around in recent weeks. They've come good.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping up to date, but who's in the Sharks?
We've got Tonegado, Panatani.
Georgie Hanaway playing?
Ooh, good. I'm not sure. Maybe.
Oh, I hope she's playing.
So the last time these two sides have met, the Broncos have won 20 points at 16 and 32-28. Julia Robertson has scored tries in both those matches.
Oh, wow.
And Gail Broughton has scored 3 tries in her last 2. So, and we've got who we got our favourite player playing with the Bronx. You know
Who?
You know who it is. Melly.
Hufanga!
the one.
Yes, please.
So I like the Broncos to do a job here.
So that line's looking good, though, if you go by previous stats.
Yeah. So I like the Broncos to win here. And
Yeah.
Robertson to score, Broughton to score, and who?
Male Hufanga! She's clutch. I'm going to just jump on that line for Sharks.
Oh, plus the point. Keep it close.
Yeah, keep it close,
Okay.
of course.
Yeah, true. Generally, then these NRLW games are pretty tight, low
Yeah.
scoring.
Hey, they've nailed it, those matchmakers.
Yeah, they have. Sharks, yeah, good. I actually like that. Broncos win, Sharks plus the points. I'll take the under 39.5.
Nice. Oh, yeah, for sure. Under 39 for sure.
Yeah, lovely. Next up is the Roosters and the Knights. $1.58. The Roosters, $2.40 are the girls from Newcastle. The line is 4.5.
Oh, disappointed. I'd rather see those two versus each other in the final,
Interesting, yeah.
personally. Surge is playing?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I'll be going with the Roosters.
Yeah, I agree. So the Knights have actually won the last 2, 12-10 and 20 points to 4, the last 2 meetings over the Roosters. But
What are those sisters for the Knights?
Jesse Southwell.
South Wales.
Yes,
Are they playing?
Yep. I tell you, it's good to watch the 7 for the Roosters. Jocelyn Kelleher. She's been carving up. Sam Brebner versus Tamika Upton, the match of the fullback.
I
So
can't go past Upton, eh?
yeah, she's a beast.
Big fan favourite.
But I reckon the Roosters will be too good here. I reckon I'll get it done
Where is it played?
in Sydney. Cool.
Yeah, let's go Sydney.
Yeah. I actually, and I put money today on the Roosters to win NRLW with the Storm to win the league men's.
What's that paying?
A bit of value actually, $7.
Very Oh, solid.
Yeah, so good.
Nice. That's like Sydney. You can always back Sydney.
Yeah, so
They're going to be top 2 regardless.
I like it. Roosters minus the 4.5 for me, and I'll go Sam Bremner for a try,
Nice.
along with Surges as well.
Oh, solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be going with the Roosters. But you know what? If the Roosters don't win this, Knights will win the NRLW.
If you're saying the Knights win this game, they win it all.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
I like it. There we go. NRLW Finals Week 1. Semi-finals for the men is all locked and loaded. Final thoughts from you, my man. Big grand final show next week too, of course.
Oh, grand final. I'll be down there.
Oh yeah, when do you leave?
Saturday.
Okay.
Down there Saturday. We'll be there Sunday. Come back Monday.
Okay, so we can still do our full breakdown
We've
show.
got it. We'll get
Yeah.
there. We'll nail it. Do you know what? Today, when I was doing my study, I just got back from Fiji. Bula! I've just gotten back and I've dialed in for you. I've got here on time.
Yep.
Very nice.
Good man.
And I was actually nervous writing down the stats.
Really?
You know, it was very nervous. I'm not usually nervous. And I was like, oh, shit.
Why are you nervous? What's
I had butterflies
You're
on
excited?
the inside. Yeah, and with the Storm, do you know what? The only upset there for the weekend is probably Roosters. Like, this is very, very rough. It'd be Roosters to get the dub, and it'll be like Tedesco, Tupou, and Joey Manu, and it'll be like a 1-12. So that'll be my roughie.
Well, for your hypothetical $8.5 we don't want that.
No, sir.
No.
No, please, no.
No.
No,
There we
sir.
go. We like the Storm and the Panthers to get it done in the grand final qualifiers. Thank you for your company. Like and subscribe on the show. send us out, my friend.
So in Fiji, when you guys leave, we say Vinaka. So from me and Geordie, 1, 2, 3,
Vinaka.
This is Media Vintage. I'm the king. This is Geordie. Outie.